Hi, hello everyone from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about single source shortest path algorithm using Bellman-Ford algorithm. Myself, Dr. M. Purushottam Reddy, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Information Technology. These are the course objectives of this subject, design and analysis of algorithms. Here, this is the course outcome with respect to the chapter Dynamic Programming. After successful completion of this course, students will be able to apply dynamic programming algorithms for calculating optimized solutions. So now first what about Dijkstra's algorithm on this single source shortest path? Dijkstra's algorithm, this also used to find the single source shortest path from one source to all other vertices. But here, this Dijkstra's algorithm, it works for only positive edge values. It doesn't work for negative edge values. So, this Dijkstra's algorithm is suitable for only positive edge values. It is not suitable for negative edge values. So, that's why for this Flayard's algorithm, it works for negative values also. So this algorithm, it also works for negative. So here Bellman-Ford algorithm, this one is also works for negative values of this given single source shortest path. So once again repeating, Dijkstra's algorithm works for only positive edge values. It is not suitable for finding single source shortest path whenever the edge values are negative values. Whereas Bellman-Ford algorithm, this one is also used to find the single source shortest path even though the edge values are negative. Now bounding the distance. This is another variant. For each vertex V, distance of V is an upper bound on the actual shortest distance. Initially we'll take that distance values as unknown values, that is represented by infinity. Only update the value if we find a shortest distance. And update procedure we need. So this update value find by using the formula distance of V equal to minimum distance of V comma distance of U plus W of U comma V. Using this formula, we find the updated value of that shortest path edge values. Can we ever go wrong apply this update rule? We can apply this rule as many as times we want, and will never underestimate distance of V. So when will distance of V be right? So here, if U is in the same shortest path which exists in V, in that situation distance of V will be right. Distance of V will be right if U is along the shortest path to U and distance of U is also correct. Now here consider here one shortest path from S to V. Now here P1, P2, P3 and so on PK edges are there between S and V. Here we see how to include that vertices which are included in this path. So here distance of V will be right if U along the shortest path to U, V and distance of U is correct. What happens if you update all of the vertices with the above update? So here what happens if you update all of the vertices with the above update means here. First here we're repeating all these vertices how many times? Here suppose vertices are there we repeat I times. So here we repeat how many times means here I times. So like this, P1, P2, P3 and so on. Suppose I vertices are there, I times we repeating. So what is the longest path from S to any node V can be? So the longest path, generally you calculate by using the formula modulus of E minus 1, either edges or vertices. This is the Bellman-Ford algorithm. In this Bellman-Ford algorithm, G means graph, S means the source vertex. From this source vertex, we find the shortest path to all other vertices. For all V belongs to V means vertex set V. Initially, we assign distance values as unknown values. Previous value will take null value. Distance of S equal to, initially will take 0. For I equal to 1 to modulus of V minus 1. So, we're repeating for all the vertices which exist in the graph. For all edges, U comma V belongs to E. So, here all edges we store under this edge set to E. If distance of E greater than distance of U plus W of V, if distance of E value is more than distance of U plus W of V, here minimum value is distance of U plus W of V. So, here that value is assigned to distance of E. Now, here previous value is U. So, you previously will take which value is minimum? U. So, previous value is V, that is assigned to previous of V equal to U. Next here, for all edges, W comma V belongs to E. If distance of E greater than distance of U plus W of U comma V, then return false. Now here in this code, in this piece of code, we check negative cycles or negative edges. Now here we see that. So here initialize all the distance values. Here iterate overall edges or vertices and apply update function here. And next here we check for negative cycles. If this condition is satisfied, negative cycles is not there. If condition is not satisfied, automatically we have some negative cycles. We find that one. So, and also here we find through the negative edges, we find the shortest path without forming any cycles. So that thing we done here in this piece of code. Now, what is the shortest path from A to E? Here we find shortest path from A to E. Now here, this is the edge A, this is the vertex B, this is vertex C, D and E. Totally 5 vertices are there. So now here, A to B edge cost value is 1, B to D edge cost value is 1. So A to C edge cost value is 10, C to D edge cost value is minus 10, C to E edge cost value is 3, D to E edge cost value is 5. This edge cost value is also given here. Now here we see that first here in this Bellman-Ford algorithm, first we initialize the values, next iterate and update the values. Next here we find negative cycles, negative edge cycles. Now here first here we see that these are the sources. This S is the source vertex. These are all the remaining vertices. From S to we find the shortest path to all the remaining vertices. So first here we see that initially first we draw the matrix, initial matrix from this one. So now here we see that this matrix, it consists of S, A to G elements are there, A, B, C, D, E, F and G. So this is the matrix. Now here also A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now S to A. S to A means direct. S to A directly we have 10. S to B. S to B directly we don't have any connection. So unknown, infinity. S to C, infinity. S to D. S to D also don't have any direct connection, infinity. S to E don't have direct connection, infinity. S to F that is also unknown value infinity. S to G 8. Next here, next S to A, B, C and so on. Next here, S to A. So S to A, either directly or indirectly through A. So this value again directly 10. So S to B. So S to B indirectly only we consider only single node. In single node case again infinity. S to C again infinity, single node consideration, single mediator node. So next again S to D is infinity. So like that. Otherwise we draw A to B, A to D like that. A to B is 1. A to A, previously 10 is there. Generally A to A 0. So A to A 0. Now A to B is unknown. A to C there is no direct connection. A to D there is no direct connection. A to E is 2. A to F there is no direct connection. A to G there is no direct connection. So like this we write this adjacency matrix. So first of all here we write the adjacency matrix from the given values. So now similarly B to A is 1, B to C 1, B to D there is no direct connection. B to C 0, B to D is unknown, B to E is unknown, B to E is -2, B to F it is also unknown, B to G is also unknown. So first of all we write this adjacency matrix. So in this way we write adjacency matrix. Similarly C to A there is no direct connection. C to B is also there is no direct connection. C to D 3. C to E there is no direct connection, unknown value. C to F there is no direct connection. C to C 0, C to D 3, C to F, C to G also there is no direct connection. This is also unknown value. So like this, first of all we write the adjacency matrix. After writing adjacency matrix, now first we find the shortest path values. First here initially we find the shortest path values directly from S to all other nodes. Now here we see. So here whenever we want to find direct shortest path values, first here iteration 0. In iteration 0 we assume S value is 0, S to A is infinity, S to B infinity, S to C infinity, S to D infinity, S to E is infinity, S to F infinity, S to G is also infinity. This is iteration 0. In iteration 1, first to find the direct connections. In this direct connections, S to A 10, S to B there is no direct connection, G infinity, S to C, S to D, S to E, F, G. S to C there is no direct connection, infinity, S to D infinity, S to E infinity, S to F there is no direct connection, infinity, S to G value is 8. This is iteration 1. Next in iteration 2, here we'll take the direct connections. In iteration 2, S to A. Now direct connections, and also take one mediator node. Here we'll take one mediator node. So S to A 10. S to B even here S to A to B is not there. So one mediator node it is not easy to find that one. So this S to B value is infinity. S to C. So S to C also infinity. With one mediator node we won't find that shortest path from S to C. S to D, D also infinity. S to E, S to E, S to E is now here. S to A to E. 10 plus 2, 12. S to F. S to F is S to G, G to F. S to G is 8, 8 plus 1, 9. S to G is 8. So this find in iteration 2 with one mediator node. Next in iteration 3, 2 mediator nodes. So 2 mediator nodes means here S, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. S to A, 2 mediator nodes. Here 10. Here we'll consider here 8. S to G 8. This one G to F, F to A. So 8 plus 1 9, 9 minus 4 5. So S to A 5. Next S to B. S to B is S to B. Here we see that we consider 2 mediator nodes. S to A to E, E to B. S to A to B, E to B. So now 10 plus 2 minus 2, that value is 10. S to C even 2 mediator nodes, it is not easy to find that value, so that is infinity. S to D, that is also infinity. S to E, S to G, G to F, F to E. So 8 plus 1 minus 1, that value is 8. S to F, so S to F is 8 plus 1, 9. S to G is 8. This is iteration 3. We consider 2 mediator nodes. Next, we consider 3 mediator nodes. Now, 3 mediator nodes. Now, S to A, B, C, D, E, F and G. Now, S to A, we consider maximum 3 mediator nodes. So 3 mediator nodes means here we consider maximum 3 mediator nodes. So we consider either 1 or 2 or 3. So S to G, G to F, F to A. This is the shortest path. Other than this, no one is shortest path. So S to A value is 5. S to B, S to G, G to F, F to E, E to B. F to E, E to B. Now S to G, G to F. 8 plus 1, 9. 9 minus 4, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 minus 2. So 8 plus 1, 9. 9 minus 4, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 minus 2, 5. So this value is 5. We consider 3 mediator nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4 mediator nodes. So that's why here we consider only 3 mediator nodes. 3 mediator nodes means S to G, G to F, F to E, E to B. So here 8 plus 1, 9, 9 minus 2, 9 minus 1, 8, 8 minus 2, 6, 6 is the right answer. So here S to B is 6. S to C. So S to C. S to C is, so here S to B 6, 6 plus 1, only 3, consider 3 nodes. 3 nodes means now S to A to E, E to B and C. So 10 plus 2, 12, 12 minus 2, 10, 10 plus 1, 11. We get this one. We consider only 3 mediator nodes. Next S to D. S to D means here, S to D even though we consider 3 mediator nodes, here it is not easy to find this D value. So this one is infinity. Next S to E. S to E is S to G, G to F, F to E. That value is 7. Next S to F. That value is 9. S to G value is 8. So here we consider 3 mediator nodes. Next we consider 4 mediator nodes. So 4 mediator nodes means here we consider 4 mediator nodes. S to G, G to F, F to A. A value is S to A value is 5. S to B, S to G, G to F, F to A to E, E to B. So here 4 mediator nodes. Now B value is 5. Similarly, C values. Now here consider 4 mediator nodes. S to G, G to F, A to E. No, there is no chance. Now here in this way we won't find that one. So now here S to G, G to F, F to E, E to B, B to C. So 7 minus 2 plus 1. 4 nodes. So now here in this path we find that one. So this value is 7. D value is also we find like directly here. S to G, G to F, F to E, E to D. So 8 plus 1, 9. 9 minus 1, 8. 8 minus 1, 1, 2, 3. 3 nodes here. Suppose you consider 4 nodes. 3 nodes here. We get this value, D value. Next we consider E value, 7. F value. F value is 9. G value is 8. So in fifth iteration, we consider maximum 4 mediator nodes. And in sixth iteration, we consider 5 mediator nodes. So whenever we consider 5 mediator nodes, S to A, we get that value is 5. S to B, we get that value is 5. So S to A, this is the path. S to B is, this is the path. S to C is, this is the path. 6. S to D is also here. 6 plus 3 we get 9. So S to E value is 7. S to F value is 9. S to G value is 8. In 7th iteration, we consider maximum 6 mediator nodes. Here maximum 8 nodes is there. So in these nodes, we consider 6 mediator nodes means here we consider all the nodes. In this situation, we get, this is the S to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. S to A, the shortest path value is 5. S to B, 5. S to C, 6. S to D, 9. S to D, 8 plus 1, 7. 7 plus minus 1, 7. 7 minus 1, 6. S to D is here in this direction. Direction is not there. So that's why you compulsory here E to F like this. Otherwise, this is the path. S to G, G to F, F to A, E to F, A to E, E to B, B to C, C to D. So this value is 9. There is no other chance to decrease this value. S to E, 7. S to F is 9. S to G is 8. So these are the shortest path values from source to all other vertices. S to A, 5. S to B, 5. S to C, 6. S to D, 9. S to F, S to E, 7. S to F, 9. S to G is 8. So this is the correctness of Bell-Ford algorithm. First loop variant. So already we discussed this loop variant. So for all V belongs to V. First here distance of V, we initialize that value is infinity. Next previous value, we initialize that value is null value. Distance of S value equal to 0. Here we are repeating for all the edges and vertices. Here first check this condition. Distance of E greater than distance of U plus W of U comma V. That means this distance value less value. So we assign this minimum value to distance of E. So now U is assigned as a previous value. Previous vertices value. So this piece of code here in this piece of code here we find or we check negative edge cycles. If negative edge cycles is occurred, we repeating that cycle and we consider we eliminate that negative edge cycle. We consider only negative edge in the shortest path and find the shortest path from source to any other vertices. This is runtime of Bell-Ford algorithm. In this algorithm also, this first here in this piece of code, we initialize the values. Next, in this piece of code, we are repeating, we iterate this algorithm for all vertices or edges, and also we update the values. In this piece of code, here who find negative edges are cycles. If any negative edge is occurred, we consider that negative edge in the shortest path, but we won't consider negative cycle in the shortest path. So this is the time complexity of single source shortest path algorithm. So time complexity of single source shortest path algorithm is big O of malus of E into malus of E. Malus of E value is n. Malus of E value is also n. In that case, big O of n square is the time complexity of single source shortest path. Here, big O of E equal to m. Big O of E equal to n. In that case, the shortest path is big O of mn. The shortest time complexity or the shortest single source shortest path time complexity is big O of mn. So here malus of E equal to n. Malus of E equal to n. In that case, the time complexity of single source shortest path problem is big O of n square. So here, if malus of E equal to m and malus of E equal to n, in that case, the time complexity of single source shortest path is big O of mn. Thanks to everyone.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.